Welcome back, everyone. Once again, we're in Ultimate General Civil War. We are continuing the campaign in Tennessee. Today, we are trying to move supplies to Nashville so that our army will be able to attack. And unfortunately, we have been attacked at one of our supply depots along the way. This is Parker's Farm. All right, let's see. So we've got a hold here. Now we're deploying the first corps, the main corps of our army, but I don't believe we'll be able to use all of our regiments or brigades. Yeah, we've got Dural. I've changed into Dural's Devil because we've got a second Dural now. When we've got Walton, we've got Graham's Boys, we've got Loomis, and we've got Rhodes. So most of I Corps is here. Let's go ahead and start the battle. Now we'll move Woods front and center. We'll leave the supply. We'll move Weed right to the center as well, which is not really necessary. Okay, and we're gonna send Loomis here, Dural to there, Walton here. We'll send Graham here. The enemy's going to be coming mostly from these directions. I'm going to move Rhodes to the center and of course put the commander right in the center where he can buff everybody. I do not believe we will be receiving any reinforcements. There's 3 hours on the clock. Oh, I am going to do this. I am going to break off skirmishers from Rhodes and send them up just to make sure we have some intel as to what's going on. Now let's see what sort of guns Woods has. 12-pound howitzers. Okay, they'll do decent. All right, so Rhodes skirmishers are moving out. We're going to follow them because they're going to be our key. There's enemy skirmishers. We've spotted them. The 4th Alabama. All right. I'm ordering Rhodes skirmishers back into position. No real reason to worry about them now that we see at least one unit. Actually, I'm going to move Rhodes over here. He can oversee because I feel that this flank will take... As I say that, the other flank gets hit. But Walton is there to help support that. We'll move Graham to here to support this. We have plenty of supplies, so it's nothing to worry about there. It's one of the few times we've had so many supplies, it's just not even funny. We are fighting a much smaller force, it looks like. What are they firing at? The artillery, I mean. They're firing at that, but they're hitting over here. They're supposed to be hitting the 4th Alabama, but they're shooting way off. Loomis is taking several casualties. That's not good. I'm ordering Rhodes to take on the 4th Alabama and Graham to take on whatever this unit is. I can't see it. Something from Kentucky, I think. I think it's the 5th or 6th Kentucky. Dural has broken. So I am not going to order. I'll let Dural fall back. Let's see how Loomis's morale is. Pretty much 100%. Walton, of course, 100%. Dural, I don't know why they broke. They've taken a lot of casualties. Those are not good numbers. I'm going to move him up here so that he can fall into line in a few seconds or minutes if I need him. But I'm going to basically just get him in position in case the enemy comes from this angle. I don't know why a 3-star unit broke so quickly. Rhodes is taking heavy casualties, as is Graham and Loomis, of course. What I'm going to do, I was focusing on 2 units, but now I'm going to focus... Actually, let's do this. All 3 of these line regiments are going to attack the 4th Alabama. Because I want to try to break the 4th Alabama and just send that unit back. If I can do that, I can hold this flank pretty easily, I believe. I don't know how many troops the enemy has. I need to buff my, upgrade my intelligence level on this so that I can start learning what the enemy is bringing to the battle. Alright, with these 3 units all attacking the 5th Alabama plus artillery, but we do know the enemy has artillery out here. Got it. Durrell, get into position. And Rhodes is going to pull back. All right. I'm going to let Graham continue to attack the 4th Alabama. The enemy has cavalry as well. Okay, so Rhodes is moving back. Yeah, definitely got enemies coming in on that angle. I'm going to move the artillery here because I feel it's safer. All right, we've got enemy all around us now. I'm sending Durrell into cover now. They're trying to flank us, yes, and I've got them. Oh, cavalry. Can't pull Graham back. Actually, I might be able to. Oh, wait. Walton's firing on them, so get off some volleys, guys. One volley on that cavalry should take it out. Nope, it didn't. Okay, Rhodes has been flanked. This is going to be a very hard fight. I can tell now. The enemy definitely has more troops behind us than in front of us. So I'm pulling Graham back to try to deal with that issue. Okay, morale's still good. Morale's still good. Durrell's morale is not so good. Is it getting buffed? Yes, it is. Rhodes' morale is not good either. Graham's morale is good, so that's good to pull him back. Now we need to get that artillery focused on maybe taking out this unit, which is a strong unit. Rhodes is broken. Just in time we get Graham's in. Let's see. I'm going to try to get the commander so that he can begin buffing the morale for Walton. Walton's not going to break. Loomis might. Enemy cavalry. Come on, Graham, get in position and fire. What is Rhodes doing? He broke. He broke, okay. Okay, we're gonna have a bit of a problem here. We need to break their cavalry sooner rather than later. Okay, they've got more troops coming here, and Loomis has broken, so I'm going to send Rhodes into the line there. That's not going to go good. Loomis needs to reform as quickly as possible. Woods needs to get some shots off. I'm going to order Walton to focus on his actual objective. Durrell has broken, so that position is now going to be overrun. I don't understand why the units are breaking so quickly. We've had much worse battles and they've survived without any breaking, or took much longer to break. Okay, we'll send Loomis over here now and Durrell will now come back here. Rhodes' morale is kind of up again and he'll be in good cover, so that should be good. Graham is broken, so Durrell is going to go right into the line then. If the enemy presses forward right now, we're in trouble. I understand why Graham and Rhodes may be breaking. They are fresher units. Also, it may have something to do with the fact that even though they're full strength, they're mainly made up of non-veterans at this point. Alright guys, get into cover. Okay, we've almost destroyed the 2nd Kentucky, which is a cavalry unit right here. Walton has nearly done that single-handed. Walton is, of course, got high morale at this point, which is not a surprise. If you haven't figured out, Walton is one of my favorite units at this point in this war we're fighting. All right, hopefully they won't come down. We've got an hour and a half on the clock, and I can tell this one's going to be a bit of a race to see if we can hold the line at the end or if it's going to be them. But I don't think they'll be able to overrun us, because we do have enough units that are in relatively good health. It's just going to be if they're going to be able to push us back into the center. The rest of our units are approaching. Oh, here comes the Iron Brigade. We'll use that. Fantastic. And there's Pegram. I'm moving them down the road because I think they'll move faster that way. And I'll move Ward right down the road as well. Yeah, there's no way they can win at this point. Let's see. I'm going to move Rhodes here. Actually, somebody's retreating. Who is it? I'm not sure who is doing it. Walton is firing here, doing a fantastic job as always. Now I want them to come right down the road. That's Hansen, okay, one of the new commanders. He's been in the last few battles, but he's still new. So far, and I hate to say this because I might jinx it, but so far we've had no officers killed or wounded, which is fantastic. Okay, Loomis, Durrell's been flanked by who? These skirmishers, I think. Alright, there's the enemy commander. Who's commanding? Forrest. So, let's see. We need to send Ward to deal with these skirmishers. We'll grab Hansen and send him. Actually, we'll grab all of these units and send them there. But I'm going to march the Iron Brigade right into camp to try to reinforce. But I'll use these guys to try to clear out that position. Graham's boys are firing at the skirmishers there. If all of these units fire a volley into the 6th Kentucky, that's going to probably break the unit. May take a couple of volleys, but they will break them sooner rather than later, and then we'll just wipe this entire flank. Because all of these are good commanders. You'll see they're all 3-star units. I'll let the Iron Brigade hit their artillery. Alright, we've got an hour on the clock. We should be able to wipe the map completely of enemy at that point. I'm going to go ahead and bring Ward down to deal with these skirmishers. I need to take a look at the line here. Everything looks pretty good. Durrell's Devils are still pretty low morale, but I believe it's building up. I'm not sure. I could march all the troops right in, but I kind of would rather fight out here and see if I can tie up some of their troops. Wish I had cavalry to wipe out that artillery. Alright, they're losing a lot of skirmishers, so... And this attack here has pulled the troops off of this line, allowing those guys to deal with. But we do need to start moving this area. So, I'm going to just march Ward forward to try to run off those skirmishers. Okay, Iron Brigade is going to now focus down here. Nope, don't want him, I just want these guys. Thought I had 4 companies. I had 4 companies, where are they? Oh, they're all stacked on top of each other. I understand now. Okay, guys, get off. That's the size of a skirmish unit now, the 4th Alabama is, so just wipe it out. Enemy charged us against Loomis. So we're going to continue advancing here to try to just run off these skirmishers. I'm going to grab Hansen and move him this direction. Actually, there's more troops up here than I thought. Ward should be able to run off the skirmishers. We'll stop and fire point blank into them. They won't be able to survive that. Fire a volley, and then I'm going to charge. We fired off most of our volley, and then we charged right into them. Well, no, I screwed that up. They'll go into melee if they don't run away. Okay, there they go. Yeah, we're breaking them. Yeah, that is going to whittle down the enemy there. Loomis has high morale and is holding the line now. I think they just knew they were outnumbered, and that was why their morale was flagging at the beginning of the battle, but we're going to definitely be able to destroy them at this point. So all of my units' morale has just gone up considerably. Now it's time to move Rhodes to assist over here, because actually, you know what? Let's move Rhodes this direction and press these skirmishers further away. We actually have a battle over there, so considerable number of troops, but see, they're all stacked up, so these troops, even though they're firing on this one unit, are hitting all of them. Same thing applies to them firing at my units, because they're all clumped up. It's not really a smart way to deploy the troops, but you know. Skirmishers theoretically would have a really good advantage in these woods over line infantry. As I said, skirmishers will have an advantage. I'm going to send the skirmishers out and try to flank with them. Yeah, definitely. Oh, the skirmishers got flanked and lost 9 guys. Actually, I'm going to now use the skirmishers to attack this artillery unit. That was good. That was very good. Alright, Ward is going to continue pressing this attack. So let's see what's going on down here. Rhodes' morale and condition is really good. We'll let Rhodes skirmishers deal with them and then move Rhodes back to press here, because I feel the enemy is going to attempt to press on this flank. It's their best bet of breaking into the lines, so we'll use the skirmishers to hold back their skirmishers, and we'll send Rhodes to deal with them. At the same time, we're going to move against the 3rd Kentucky now. And I'll send these skirmishers further down into the woods to try to run off anything that might be down there. We'll detach skirmishers here and use those skirmishers to hold back those while I advance over here with Ward. And that will be pretty good. Okay, we've got 19 minutes on the clock. Why not? We really outnumber them, even though we are a skirmish unit, but they are fundamentally an infantry detachment of this. So even though they're working as skirmishers, they should be able to rout that artillery. And then they're going to go hunt the commander, because if we can do that, we really will have an advantage. Ward's skirmishers have done a really good job so far. No deaths, but they've done a bunch of kills. 6 kills, I guess, is not a bunch, but is enough. We're going to skirmish with the, I think, 6th Kentucky. That is pretty much non-existent at this point. It came in with 500 troops, and now it's not got nearly that many. As you'll notice, I'm not sure if you may have noticed, but the unit numbers for the Confederate forces have definitely decreased in the last couple of battles, forcing us to definitely, we can definitely see that we are whittling away at their ability to field troops. At least that's how I'm interpreting that drop in troop numbers. It may just be the units we're going up against. Maybe in this particular theater of the war they didn't have as many troops. I would assume that to be the case because it would be towards the frontier, but I can't be certain. Let's see how Woods is doing. We'll get the artillery turned and firing at some units that are actually a threat, not this unit, which is not a threat anymore. We got 3 minutes on the clock, so not really that important that we even do anything at this point. But we are going to continue trying to press at least a little bit. I'll send the skirmishers here to hold Rhodes' flank. Rhodes has taken a beating. He's only killed around 500 troops, but he's lost over 1,000, so that's something not to be happy about. Let's finish up the fight. Here we go. So it was a victory at Parker's Crossroads for us, and we deployed with 22,500 troops, and the enemy only deployed with 7,512 troops. The enemy did have 600 cavalry, but we did have a good advantage with our guns. We had 21 to their 16. We lost 5,242 troops compared to their 3,132 troops, which means, in my opinion, we actually kind of lost. We also lost 4 guns, which is surprising, but they lost a significantly higher amount of cavalry than us because they had cavalry to lose. Anyway, about it though, we won this battle. So let's see who was the best unit. The 31st Alabama and the 3rd Kentucky. Now, Durrell's Devils and Walton's Immortals got a lot of good kills, but you're also going to see that they had significant losses, except for in the case of Walton. So definitely not really a win for us, but technically a win. So maybe a Pyrrhic victory. Marvin Hoffman was promoted, which is good. Let's see if we captured anything really valuable. We captured some of these Palmetto guns, which is really good. And we also captured some Tyler, Texas rifles or muskets. I'm not sure what they are exactly, and I can't find out. And we captured Hunters. We'll be selling the Hunters, and we will be deploying these guns to outfit cavalry and maybe a new regiment at some point. Also, we got 2 Ordnance 10-pounders. That's fantastic. We recaptured the 2 12-pounders that we lost, as well as a bunch of other rifles. So anyway, about it, it was a victory. Now, if you enjoyed watching this video, please consider hitting the like button, and if you want to see more like this, hit the subscribe button. But anyway, about it, thank you so much for watching.